Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the 7th edition of India Affiliate Summit, co-presented by IAMAI and We Commission, powered by Optimize Media, brought to you by Zapads Media, and in association with Trackier. With that, let us now begin with our next session. This session is specially powered by Valueleaf, and the topic for the session is implementing affiliate marketing in the mobile gaming sector. And for the same, I would like to welcome our esteemed panelists, our moderator, Mr. Srikanth Bureddy, co-founder of Valueleaf, along with our other speakers, Mr. Gaurav Verma, Director, User Growth, Games 24/7, Mr. Minhaz Hazarika, Director, Marketing, GamesKraft, Mr. Pariekshit Maadishetti, Managing Director, Grid Logic Group, Mr. Varun Ganjoo, co-founder and marketing director, Pokerbaazi, and Mr. Himanshu Tiwari, Vice President, Customer Success, Trackier. Thank you to all the panelists on behalf of IMAI for joining this session, and I would now request Srikanth to please take over.
Hi, everyone. Happy to see you all. And thank you, IMI, and for such event. And it's been long meeting all the folks. It's been almost a year now, meeting for a conference and talking to people. See, I have a great connection with gaming industry. One is because I keep playing games, number one. So every day or every alternate day, I play Rummy. Don't ask me on which app I play, but I play Rummy. I play poker, not to make money. It's about, to spend my time. And I understand this really after playing 1 hour. You kind of forget a lot of things. It kind of give a lot of peace. When you play with money, I don't know, but when you play for a casual thing with little money, it gives a lot of peace. I consider this is these games, whatever I mentioned, as a skill games. In the last pandemic, when it started, the first thing people went and touched is the gaming. Like suddenly lockdown came in, don't know what to do. And some people went to OTT channels, started downloading a lot of OTT channels. And some section of people, they went to gaming apps and they started downloading the gaming apps. And literally, it's kind of given a breather to many people in India or globally that these apps, this gaming industry, I should say, it really helped a person to be taken new challenges with more calm and patience. So I know most of the people who are on the panel today. So I will ask my first question to Mr. Pariekshit. Why I'm saying Pariekshit is because he's the oldie here, one of the oldest guys in the gaming industry. I have to respect the seniority here. Mr. Pariekshit, so you know a lot about gaming. If I talk to you about gaming, you continue to talk for next 3 hours or 3 days also about the gaming industry. Can you give your views in the last 1.5 years since pandemic, how this gaming industry took a shape?
Thanks, Srikanth. Thanks for all the kind words and hope that you really mean what you actually said. I think pandemic was a blessing in disguise for us. To be honest, from a technology point of view, we've seen new spikes, we've seen new challenges, new issues that our company is currently fighting. But from a revenue point of view, I think last April or May times, we've seen that spike of 20-25%. But that couldn't sustain after the lockdown was over. So till now, whenever there is partial lockdown in few states, we see that spike, and then once the lockdown goes, we actually see the downtrend as well. For a matter of fact, I personally think that there were few people who were actually watching our ads and watching our traction from both games point of view and from advertising point of view, and they were on the cliff just trying to see if they want to try or not. And pandemic just pushed them, and they came to actually download the apps and try it. And because of all the stickiness, thanks to all the companies which are actually on the panel, we've done very well with our retention. They actually went out after the lockdown has come. So we've seen that spike and we've seen that downtrend as well. But it's good to know that people are interested and people can try. That's my view, Srikanth.
Great. Thanks, Pariekshit. Varun, what is your views on it? Have you How you look at the gaming industry in last 1.5 year, the changes? I can't hear you, Varun.
మాత్రం భయం ఉంది కదా.
Yeah.
Varun, I'm sorry. I think there's some problem with your microphone. We're not able to hear you.
Okay. Varun, I'll just quickly come back to you till you set it up. Gaurav, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
See that, there is always an inspiration. There is always an inspiration in any industry. A company which inspires the upcoming companies. I see that your company where you work, it's an inspiration for the gaming industry in India. At least for me. Okay. I know there is a huge burden. There is a huge burden. There is a huge challenges which, being a top position or influencing position, you need to take certain actions which set the trend, downflow. So, what kind of actions have you taken to onboard people, to onboard your customers with ethical content?
Yep.
In the last.
It's a very relevant question also in the current landscape, and especially with what happened during COVID, where not just us, I think almost every gaming company and almost all OTT platforms saw an explosion in growth. Of course, gaming was growing even before and is continuing to grow, but definitely there was a baseline shift which happened during that time. And when something like this happens, it's very important that that was a very sensitive time for the country, for entire, I would say, humankind. So it at times people get slightly carried away with the numbers they are seeing, like it's definitely a point where we would want to be present as someone who is providing a sort of a escape from everything. It's like a entertainment partner we want to be with the people, but we don't want to we wanted to make sure that with all the partners we are working with, especially on the affiliate front, because the way the affiliate industry works is, of course, there are a lot of responsible affiliate partners, and there are also few who are not that responsible. So it's very important that we used to be very strong about the kind of content we are pushing with them, the kind of channels we are using, the kind of frequency we are like, for example, we have a very tight control over SMSs. We don't want all our partners to be bombarding our clients or future customers with SMSs. So we put a very strong, and we only give that flexibility to work on that channel only the partners we trust and we know are responsible enough. So in that fashion, we used to put a lot of control over the channels, over the frequency, and especially over the communication. We really want to make sure that we put out ourselves as an entertainment partner, not really and be sensitive to that whole time frame, and not really throw out a picture of of making money or anything else. It's just about it's just a partner who will help you to pass that time. So that's at a high level is how we
it's an amazing thing, Gaurav, because there was 2 months noise in the beginning that ethical content, then it is kind of really helped to have a right kind of messaging in the market. Varun, welcome back.
Thanks. Am I audible now?
Yes, perfect. You're perfect. Great. Audible. So, Varun, you give your views. I missed that you missed the question. What you see the changes in last 1.5 year in the gaming industry?
First of all, thank you for having me on this panel. So I would say that, the gaming industry especially was already on a rise, right? And the reason I see for that is that, India is a gaming country. We're a gaming nation, right? We're all gamers at heart. People have been playing cricket games, card games since their childhood, right? So now what has happened in this digital trend is that it's trying to revive that gamer out of you, right? So we've been seeing an upward trend in gaming throughout the last 3 to 4 years, right? But what this pandemic especially did, like Pariekshit also said, is that it brought in that additional spike because it gave those users an additional time which they would otherwise have taken maybe 3, 4, 5 years to explore digital gaming, right? But that additional time gave them this comfort of getting to those things, and I think it added the boom to the entire gaming industry. And now it's up to the entire gaming operating system how we capitalize on this influx.
Great. Okay, Mr. Minhaz,
Yes, Srikanth.
So we all want to know what is your way, or what is the ideal way to get numbers from affiliate marketing?
The Srikanth, see, so in order to give you a very justified, say, answer here, the thing is we need to understand a couple of things here, right? So, say, for example, as in Indian, say, gaming industry was valued in and around, say, $1 billion in and around, say, 2019, and the expected growth as in by 2022 this expected to have as a almost like threefold growth to say 2.8 cr, that is it, almost like 3.8 say 3.8 billion dollar by 2022. Now what does this indicate? This indicates or this gives us a sense of what kind of scale would be coming in for the coming years, and what kind of scale the say gaming brands across India would be expecting. So now in order to move into the direction of say user acquisition in sync with the curve, we need to understand a couple of things here. For example, we have to first of all we have to accept the shortcoming of this affiliate channel, and the shortcoming as in what are the issues and the problems, I would say. No matter what amount of glamour you can add to the channel, but the thing is the performance KPIs would never change basically. So a couple of things, like we generally what we do, because whatever the experience that I have while when say dealing with affiliate vendors and partners, I would say that generally there's this one common notion that everyone follows, is the one size fits all actually. Now, given gaming is a totally different industry with respect to where our apps are not on Play Store. Now that plays a very major role. Now, without our apps on the Play Store, and the scale of the acquisition campaigns that we do, this might lead to exhaustion of say user base, say user cohorts. Say whatever the say advertising inventory that you might have, or the cohorts that you might have, that cohort would tend to deflate with due course of time, and we need to have say much closer tie to respect to say feedback meetings and stuff. That is something is very required in order to keep on infusing say newer inventory into the pool. Now, that is another piece which at say we strongly believe in is in. So we generally define the KPIs as a commercial one. That say there's this commercial KPI and there's core KPI. See, core KPI is very different. Now, core KPI is where your LTV has to be greater than the CAC. It has to be equal or greater than the CAC. If it's greater than the CAC, only then point of time where you start to make money. This is a very simple business sense logic there. Now, commercial KPIs are very, I would say, very superficial, not exactly superficial, I would say. Say things like CPI, CPR, CPC, CPM. These are all how affiliate partners charges us, right? These are more of a commercial front. Now, for example, if I'm seeing, okay, my CPI rate is low for X partner, but am I going to scale that partner? Not sure. First of all, I need to understand what the ROI.
If
What's the
I will, Minhaz, I want to hold you here. See, now you are talking about the lot of KPIs and
Right.
KRAs and lot of things you need to add for the affiliate channel. Do you do the same thing for Google and Facebook?
See, the thing is, again, it depends. So now, see, Srikanth, because you need to understand the objective of the channel first, right? So, because when we are starting, when we are infusing, say, a marketing channel mix with a channel like affiliate, you need to understand the objective first. Why we're doing that? The one reason that I see, yeah,
Agree with you. Agree completely. You know that my understanding of affiliate, if I take a global in the global level, there is a huge growth. You know, around 12 billion kind of dollars, which is kind of growth is there. The kind of revenues which affiliate industry makes, you know, on year, there is a consistent growth. In most of the countries, if you see the marketer, the advertiser, they themselves invest a lot of time. You know, they don't see that like an expense. It's like an investment on that particular department. I have seen, you know, there's so many companies. You yourself, if you take Rummy Circle or Balebaji or Pariekshit's Taj Rummy, these are all companies where I see that they started, compared to other category of the companies, they started having a departments called affiliate departments where they're investing money and energy to make this industry contribute to their business growth, like the way West said, the way they are doing. The only thing is how you are approaching them to shape it up. Affiliate industry, are you going to have a different rules which they cannot achieve and they die eventually? Are you going to make a rules to kind of put water every day and grow them further and help you in the eventual game? This is how you need to look at. So I experienced different categories. Like there are 7 8 categories. The different companies, they work for the affiliate industry. The affiliate industry work for them, but each one of them treat affiliate differently. But one thing I urge today, gaming industry really shaping this affiliate industry very well. In the last 1.5 year pandemic time, I would say this with loud and clear that you guys saved a lot of employment across the digital space. This is something which I want to tell on this panel.
Yes,
This is
Srikanth.
something which, affiliate or digital space. There is a huge, because I keep telling this again and again since last 1.5 year. This is an amazing thing what you guys did. So coming back to Varun. Varun, what are the challenges you think, in the process of setting up things right, doing the things? What are the challenges you see in the affiliate marketing?
Sure. So Srikanth, in my experience, what I can tell you is that see, affiliate. I mean, there are two type of ways that you approach marketing, right? One is when you go for people who are coming with an intent, right? And the other approach is where you are finding people where you have to incentivize them, right? Now, with a lot of affiliate marketing channels, what you do is you throw some incent to the users, right? And that I see is one challenge where once you start doing those things, you also kind of attract a lot of negative eyes, or I would say, so to say, somewhat what you can call as fraud, right? So we've seen that in the gaming industry too. Once you do that, you throw some, let's say, playing bonuses, and I've seen that happening across verticals, right? So I feel that that is one challenge that needs to be addressed, wherein the affiliate agencies have to be more responsible, right? And the brands have to be careful of what communication is being used in the marketing. Once we are able to do that, then I think otherwise there's immense scope and potential with the affiliate marketing where we can go for a targeted reach, right? So that's one particular challenge which I feel has to be catered.
So good point you mentioned, Varun, because a lot of people, they feel that fraud is one of the biggest thing which is happening in the affiliate industry. Himanshu, you being a tracking side, and do you have an answer for this?
Yeah, definitely. So lately, past one is very amazing for the gaming industry. We are closely monitor like all the gaming companies, like getting a lot of businesses and like scaling their campaigns very smoothly, right? So it's a nice thing. But with the scaling thing, like as Varun mentioned, like fraud is a very common generic thing, right? So as a technical provider, we think we need to implement certain kind of solution in that. So lately, like we are working on this machine learning thing in which we can help users to understand it's a bot.
I will ask a simple question. Do you have a answer that where the fraud is controlled at the tracking level and these marketers will not think these affiliates are bad?
Yeah, definitely.
Is there any way that you have stop it? This we are in this panel how to kind of put water to this affiliate industry and how we can grow. Affiliate is nothing about an individual becoming a digital guy.
Right.
It's all about affiliate. I am becoming an individual guy. He is called an affiliate. Then there are companies formed around that one person or 10 people. That's how it happened. So it's about an industry, a profession which is kind of emerging in India.
Right.
Now, you kind of people really add value that to the marketer and the to affiliate industry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. So I have a very nice example around here. So I'm working with this gaming company for past 3 years, right? So what they did is like initially they are very confused with the KPI thing, right? And eventually they understand the gaming industry. They started working with the different advertisers, right? And they came to this conclusion they need to create a deeper funnel, right? So what they did is they created multiple levels of funnels, right? So that way they create a nice environment for their partners, right? With which they distribute the rewards. if their end user able to achieve these particular stages, they get an extra reward, right? And this make the affiliate partners like very motivated around it. They started targeting more accurate audience in that particular segment. That way, even the partner was happy because they're getting like more motivated rewards around that, and even the advertisers are happy. So they started the scaling the campaign, and within 3 years, I have seen that particular company like growing 10x of revenue. And whatever the partners they are working for past 1 in 3 years, right? They're still working with those guys, and like they're creating a very nice ecosystem around it.
Yeah. Varun, does this now? I think maybe you need to look at Trackier if that can help, because I agree with you, Varun. There is a huge, because this is a decentralized working environment. In the decentralized working environment, there is very difficult to catch hold where there is a mistake happening, where there is a wrong happening, where there's an error. It's very difficult. Either you put everything into a wrong bucket or a mistake bucket or error bucket. Some or the other thing which happens. I have one thing. Pariekshit, you tell me that you are in the since like 2003 or before me, when I am studying in school. That time onwards, you started this gaming industry. So tell me one thing. Tell me one thing, because what is this B2B business? Everyone is hunting for the new clients, getting acquisitions. Okay, you started through affiliate marketing or this B2B business overall, which you are extremely focused on.
So like you said, Srikanth, I'll just give you an example of what happened in the West. When you were in school in 2003, I started off in the US market. And what happened in US was it was actually banned. Online gaming was banned in 2006. So we all actually moved to UK. The transition of moving from US to UK, we've learned one thing. The heart of our business is affiliates, and we need to actually take care of them. And when we were operating in the UK, there were matured affiliates who were actually doing 1.5 million pounds per month on a 50% revenue share. Like one of our panelists said, the lifetime values have to be more than CAC. The lifetime values were 5 times at that point of time. And ideally, if somebody is investing 100 pounds, they were making about 500 pounds. And we were very happy to share 250 pounds with the affiliate because he brought in a player. Having said that, when we entered India, there was no robust infrastructure when it comes to affiliates. There were ad networks. We were actually having publishers, and they were working with brands, and they ruled everything. Eventually, the market actually grew. So, like you always say, we don't question Yahoo, or we didn't question Yahoo, or we don't question Google, or we don't question Facebook. Similarly, ad networks also, we were not questioning them for the reason that we didn't have a front end face for Google. So if something goes wrong with Google, I have nobody to ask but for an account manager which says that this is an algorithm, it is actually learning. But you went out your frustration with the affiliate guys because they're actually in front of you. They have like a client success manager, and then you have your digital campaign manager. So basically, we went and asked all the affiliate guys what happened. So eventually, when I started in 2012 in India, we had like 5 or 6 affiliates. You were one of them. By then, you graduated, of course, but still. Eventually, we said, why don't you guys become our white label partners and invest in your own brand so that whatever you think, there is a 40% miss. I don't know if Trackier, Himanshu will agree, but all the tracking systems, there is a miss. May it be Facebook, may it be Trackier, may it be Has offers. Ideally, they say that 40% of the leads are not tracked. I'm subject to correction. So we said, why don't you guys build your own brand, and you'll also get that 40%, and you'll also get the organic traffic. And we were successful with a couple of affiliates, and that's how we entered the B2B business. Having said that, we still have a long way to go. UK was a 200 billion market as of today.
Do you see a scope in India that B2B will grow?
If you see, UK is a 200 billion market, Srikanth, and there are about 1.3 million sites when it comes to Rummy, Bingo. I'm sorry, not Rummy. It's Bingo, Casino, Poker, Sports Betting, everything put together. I think it's over 1.3 million sites are there.
Why I'm asking this question is because Indian regulatory today, these directly working these brands only finding very difficult between different states. There's so many policies which are there, how to function, how not to work. But B2B is something, a investment and revenue share. When there is these kind of things, people will be ready to do this in a mass level.
So ideally, I'll tell you who are the people who come to us and say, "Why don't you give us our software? We want to launch our brand." I personally discourage most of them for the reason that you need a lot of bucks to stand in front of like the Rummy Circles of the world, or like the GamesKrafts of the world, or like Varun's company, Pokerbaazi's of the world. It takes a lot of money, and it's not just software. Every Indians most of the time actually feel that software is a commodity and anybody can actually build a brand. If it was like that, then everybody would have actually built a brand. That comes from this psychology that if a Rummy Circle is paying me a 5,000 bucks for like a CPA, then how much would Rummy Circle make is the mindset that the affiliates come from. Ideally, we know how hard it is to pay 5,500 or 7,000 as a CPA and to recover that 15,000 back from the customer. So when people come to us, they say, "Hey, I'm working with all these big companies, and these big companies, I make a crore of billing or 1.5 crore of billing. I want to come and actually invest money." We'll say, "You'll get 2 lakhs if you actually invest 1 crore. So better think about that and come back." And the second set of people is they look at the success of Pokerbaazi, they look at success of Dangal games. They come and say, "Okay, we'll build a software and we'll go pitch to VCs. We'll do that Series A, Series B." If at all that was so easy, then why would we actually be in business without funding? So I personally discourage many of the people. The B2B sector is actually catered for two major segments. One is the larger affiliates like you, who are actually milking money from companies like us and building profits in your balance sheet. And the second set of segments is like the international .com companies, which are swiping away over 50,000 crores per IPL match. They can actually invest all that money back in India and our economy will grow. Is the two segments I would actually cater to as a B2B guys. So that's been my experience. And having said that, we are just a $3 billion industry in India. And hopefully we'll touch that $100 billion mark. And if the global affiliate market is 12 billion, Indian gaming market should be 15 billion is all my prayers about.
Amazing. Respect for your experience, Pariekshit. Amazing.
Thanks.
Very interesting. I have one
all
question.
On a lighter note.
Yeah, of course. No, but it's very interesting thought. So we spend a lot of money on online space. When for me, affiliate marketing is, it is a channelized marketing or it is a noise marketing. It can be a mix kind of thing. Maybe you can say it's a lot of noise marketing. Most of the things will not be in your control and systems are not in place. When I was a marketing guy, when I was a CMO for companies, one thing I've really worried about here, what is my online reputation going to be if I'm going to do business online space? So there need to be a budget you need to keep. You need to make that ORM works better for you guys. Otherwise, a small Twitter tweet will shake the company. Yaar, ye to koi tweet aa gaya, some SMS content went wrongly, maybe it goes to the federation or it goes to anything. These kind of issues. How much you guys worried in last in your experience in the gaming industry that you should have a ORM team, a steady ORM team, really take your online reputation thing? Over to Gaurav.
Well, I think this definitely, no doubt about it. It's very important, and for a company like ours, like who are into gaming, it's even more important because of the kind of taboo we hit. The real cash gaming is still something which is a taboo in the country. Slowly and steadily, acceptance is coming in, and regulatory hurdles are also going away. But that's why it becomes even more important for us to make sure that the kind of conversations people are having about us, the kind of narratives is being created. So for us, it's very important, and just to show how much we invest, we have a separate person who's called who's for this role only. That's it. That's his job, and that he has his own team who their job is to make sure that what all the conversations are happening, how we are maintaining that reputation, how we are course correcting it. I think that's what is most important, and that's what I said in the start for how we work with partners also, that we want to make sure that we don't just onboard partners. Like, that's very easy. Like, you can get 10, 20, 100. But the trick is, how do you make sure that they understand what product they are selling, how they are selling, whom they are selling, and then the narrative is again continued throughout, not just from our side, but also from our partner side, because at the end of the day, they are in some fashion representing us, representing our brand, and being our voice when they reach out to our potential customers. So that's how I see this. And that's how we go about our investment also in ORM space.
So Varun, what is your views on this?
Yes, I think I share the same view. See, I mean, in our segment, especially gaming, right? Unlike your industries, like let's say a crypto market or stocks, where if your money goes down, you don't blame the site, right? You would blame the markets. But for gaming companies, if you lose money, you blame the gaming companies that maybe something fishy is happening, etc., right? So it's already important for us to have a very strong ORM team there, which is catering to all of these issues, right? And on top of that, if something like a negative messaging goes out through any, like I mentioned in my question earlier as well, if some negative this thing goes out, then it's again an added negativity to us, right? So in totality, ORM is a very big segment for us to have.
Varun, on the same note, that this is the old saying is that do we watch for the quantity or do we watch for the quality, kind of thing? What is your views on affiliate marketing and how you look at this quantity versus quality?
See, I mean, to be honest, nobody would dislike quality, right? So till the point you're getting quality, it's all good. But when you have to reach out to masses, right, you have to also somewhere open channels where you get volume, but maybe the quality is not up to the mark, right?
I have a question, Varun, quickly, because quality is something subjective.
Right.
So quality, what you work on Facebook, what you work on the email, what you work on your own data, the quality will be different. Now, when you work on the affiliate channel, you may not get the same quality, but you may incur the same cost because there you are getting the quantities, but the quality may be 30% or 40% lesser than what you get in the when you want to go into the quantitative game.
Right.
So how do you handle this? Because you cannot get Facebook way I want the quality. That is
that's true.
Yes. Yeah.
So see, I mean, you've been raising and bringing Facebook into the picture in a lot of questions I see. So I don't really endorse Facebook.
Facebook cost is going to be the benchmark every year.
I don't endorse Facebook anyway, so I would keep that part aside. But see, in a nutshell, if you have to look at business, how any business would work is, right, you acquire users at a certain cost and then you would expect some ROI out of them, right? And that has to be a certain multiple there in order to make it a profitable and a sustainable business. Now, sometimes if you're not getting that much quality wherein you are getting high ARPU users, if the campaign is getting you the users at a lower CAC or a lower acquisition cost, right? So it always has to be a multiple comparison, right? What your acquisition cost is versus the LTV you are getting out of the users. So if the ARPUs are lower from any campaign, but my CACs are as much lower, then it's still fine for me to bring in users at that cost. So that's how these campaigns should be approached.
What I learned in the whole process, this affiliate industry, there is no comparative. You need to have a separate plan for it. You need to grow that particular business section for you, because that's what I did throughout my career. Because when I was a CMO for working for the brands, I never look at that what we are doing right now. What is my vision? What exactly we want to achieve? So to achieve, what is the gap? So this is the gap to fill. This is the industry, affiliate industry, which I choose for them to make. I used to set a new plans and new trends further to make my vision to fulfill. This is what I'm. So most of the places, what happens, I hear a lot of places from the clients. No, I am getting 10% conversion from there, but you are giving only 5% conversion. Your quality is bad. No, my quality is not bad. This is the quality you will get from this particular section. There is a quality is bad is different, and the quality what you get from this particular section is very different. So this is my views. I'm not debating. I'm not. These are my views on it. So,
these are I would say that these are the pros and cons of this industry,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So it takes you just 1 day to gauge how the user quality is at, because you have those D0, D3, it's not a car segment where you have to wait for 5 years to see how the user is performing, right? So I mean, it works both ways.
It was both. So we can have a proper plan. The whole idea of this entire section is that you both industry, affiliate industry and the gaming industry, they really work together than any other industry. Like second industry after fashion, gaming comes to the second industry, which worked hand in hand. They really supported each other. Maybe this kind of relation can bring a new form of affiliate industry, can give a new trends for the other brands to other categories to follow. What I mean is that. Right. So I have a question to Minhaz. What kind of ORM activities you take care of in your company? How you handle online negative noise?
Yes.
You call affiliate and tell boss, what is this? This is a very bad content. Bombard SMSs. I am getting Twitter handle me doubt messages. Or you will appoint a person, reply for these messages calmly, and make the person calm.
So the thing here is, so we have a team in place. So generally, what we do is, say, being into this space of the real money gaming, right? So the negativity or negative comments or negative sentiments would bound to happen. This would be sure. You cannot do away with those. Now, the thing is, how do we resolve, or how do we counter those sentiments now? So we do have generally the communication, the plan, the communication, the content that we plan with our affiliates. Partners. So we do a very tight say scrutiny, and we do have a very tight control. They're saying, okay, these are the content which should go out, these are the content which shouldn't go out, and moreover, if any communication or any content, because we generally ask them to follow whatever they have been shared from the brand side, not to, if they feel some of the content are working for them and some of the content which are performing from them, feel free to share with us. We'll approve it, we'll change it as per our things, and please, the thing is, you can please go ahead with it. But the thing is, when someone comes with a complaint, it's our team. We generally respond to this query, and then we basically come back. Our CS team, or say our ORM team, comes back to our market team saying, okay, this is the communication what the customer is seeing from XYZ partners. Then we backtrack and we let the affiliate know, okay, boss, let's not do this kind of activity. Although we want users, but not at this cost or not at this content.
So why I'm asking all these things, because there is a lot of cause which is in the affiliate industry. Indian affiliate industry is nowhere today. It is still growing, and a lot of marketers like us coming with experience, they are kind of shaping that industry very well. By this, what happens, there's so much employment which we can create, and affiliate industry, if it grows big, there's so many new things which can form within India for the digital space. It's not only for the affiliate industry. I want to ask that, how you look at Gaurav, out of 10, what kind of rating you give for affiliate industry in terms of your contribution to your growth?
Well,
I will ask that question to everyone. for companies' growth, not your growth.
No, yeah, I think it's high for both. No, but yeah, because I think it's pretty high, because see, I think you brought in Facebook multiple times, so I just want to comment on that. That the only difference between Facebook and affiliates is, like, when a Facebook campaign fails, it's about creative. That's how I see creative targeting and all. But when affiliate fails, the first thing which comes to my mind is fraud. That's the problem, which is with both the sides, like marketers also and the advertisers also, and the on the affiliate side also. But I think that's the whole difference. But otherwise, I feel, yeah, like, you want to reach out to pockets which you are not able to reach out through Facebook or display. We reach out to affiliates, and that's the only way to grow our market. So for me, I would say definitely somewhere around 9 to 10. No doubt about it.
Lovely. What about you, Pariekshit? Because this is not my question. Most of the viewers want to know what kind of risk you have in the gaming.
I would back Gaurav with his thing, but tackling fraud, I have a point. Usually, when you give some KPIs to any affiliate company, they somehow try to meet that KPIs for their own commercial purposes. Like, you tell them we need a 10% conversion, or we need like so and so CTR, they will definitely try to meet it. I think that's the problem from the marketer side. You actually try and see that Google is giving you this, Facebook is giving you this, and you want to average that with affiliates and show it to your investors and board that it is actually working. If you don't expect anything from affiliates, as you don't expect from Google and Facebook, and they honestly try to do what they are capable enough to do, then you are actually good. If you say that Facebook is actually giving me 10%, why don't you give me 15% overall? I'll actually show that my conversion is 12.5%. Then they'll try to reach that 15% because they also have to bring food onto the table. And of course, they will have their own challenges. And that's the reason why this is coming. So I would say we shouldn't expect anything from affiliates in terms of KPIs, and should watch out for fraud. And there are many ways to watch out for that. And if you can treat them as well as Google and Facebook, then we are good. So looking at it as a channel, I wouldn't want to rate neither Facebook 10 nor affiliates channel 10, but I agree with Gaurav.
Gotcha. Varun, it is just a plain question that all affiliates want to listen to this, whoever is part of the call, that how marketer, like very respected marketers, all of you guys, that how you treat, because you guys extensively use. What is your view? What is your say in it?
So I would say it's, still very early. Like you also mentioned that there is immense scope to grow for affiliate segment or affiliate marketing in the country, right? We have seen global markets like US where the contribution of affiliate marketing is huge, right? So India will follow the trend, but so I wouldn't want to give a very high rating right now because I want the affiliate marketing people or the affiliate marketers to also realize and come up with the counters to these challenges that we have today. And once we do that, I'm sure that we could still look at a 9 to 10 rating. But right now, if you would ask me a rating, I would probably give it around a 7, 7.5.
That's still respect. That's still respect. Amazing.
Let's see. That's what is. There's a lot of even right now. There are a lot of companies that have gotten into affiliate marketing. Right. We have worked with a few good brands, and one of them is yours as well. So this 7.5 rating is also because of those few brands that are doing really good in this segment. So it's an average rating.
बहुत अच्छा लगा. Thank you. Minhaz, what do you have to say? Your office is next to our office.
Bang on, yeah, neighbor. So yes. I completely back what Pariekshit just said. Basically, it cannot be or sort of. It cannot be Facebook or affiliate. It has to be and. Say Facebook and affiliate. See, the thing is, I do completely agree, and I strongly advocate this point. In order to infuse scale, the affiliate has to be there for sure. It's not something without affiliate. The channel like say brands like gaming, there won't be any scale. But having said that, coming to earlier answer, what you mentioned, right? So the scale would be very different, right? The scale would be the scale with what I used to say measure the Facebook campaigns and affiliate campaigns would be very different. Now the thing is, if I'm getting a lower lower RP users at a lower cost from affiliates, I'm totally fine with that. It's not something I would not come tomorrow and say, okay, if Facebook, if it's 10%, why say affiliate partners, why don't you try giving say 12% or 10% on that? So I totally think on those thoughts. So giving a rating would be little unjustified here, because I strongly believe in, and I request every brand to do that. Hey, if you have a dedicated team to handle affiliate, please do that. Do not make the same guy to handle multiple things like Facebook and affiliates, because that guy would be biased. At the end of it, that guy would be biased. Okay, let me not do affiliate. Let me go ahead with the Facebook only. So I guess there are a lot of noise in the market with respect to affiliate, but I guess with say patience and say a continuous effort, those noise can be minimized in order to reach out to the actual performing ones who can come on board and help us in scaling the things.
Thank you, Himanshu. You please add your thoughts. I don't know how I don't think you can give ratings, but you can tell how you are going to add value. That biggest thing, multiple times we discussed that fraud is the word which is coming up. Like for instance, he mentioned, if you control the fraud, forget about KPIs, automatically it will come. Only the fraud thing, hold it somewhere tight. So the rest of the things will taken care by the way Facebook and Google is. So how your Trackier as a company can contribute to this particular issue?
Yeah, so I think like Gaurav mentioned like very correctly, like you can't blame Facebook, it's just a creative part. But we're working with the affiliate. I think you have like, a lot of scope to create a personal relation, scale the campaign. So it's a one-to-one touch, like it's very important. And if we talk about the fraud, like it's a common practice that, each and every brand is going through. And we as a technology partner, we try to make sure, whatever the traffic that you're getting from the partner get filtered out. So there's like a lot of KPIs in terms of fraud that brands is getting in terms of clicks levels, conversions level, right? And ultimately the month end, like when you do the auditing, like, what are the conversions that are fake and like what are real, and you got the validation, and there's like always a miscommunication mismatch with the partners, right? But with the correct technology, with the correct behavior analysis about the traffic that you're getting, if you're able to control that beforehand, it lands on your landing page, right? It automatically give a clear communication with your partners and make things very clear, like this is the way and like this is how things should be, right? And for this, it need to be like very clear and very transparent with the partner why this is a fraud traffic, right? With the proper validation, the proof thing. If we're able to provide that, I think we can keep brands and partners very happy around that. And it's just the focus around of scaling the campaign eventually, not about the talking about the fraud traffic and everything. So so as a technology, like we'll try to make sure about that particular part very seriously, right? And we're trying to innovate the things, introducing a lot of things, and it's actually like making sense. Like we have doing revenue impact, which is helping brands to control the things, making partner happy around that. So that's what we are trying to do.
Got it, Himanshu. Great. So I'm sure that all the marketers are there, so you can meet and see how you can add value to the entire ecosystem. Thank you so much. It is an amazing session. So we could add some value for our discussions, and hopefully the audience, some takeaways are there. So we have 2 minutes from Garima. I took permission, 2 minutes. Can you give just in last one word, where you see affiliate industry from here, Gaurav Verma, in the next 5 years?
I think the one thing which is going to come as a solution is going to be transparency between what is happening at the affiliate side and what we are seeing in our numbers, and I think that's what's going to crack the industry up. My guess would be, this industry is going to go really fast, and maybe new technologies like blockchain and all will have a part to play, in us reaching there.
Great. Varun, what is your?
In one word, I would say there's like I said, it's immense scope, so it would be a heavyweight.
Great. Pariekshit?
I would say growth, both for the industry and affiliates.
Lovely. Minhaz?
I guess in next say whatever 5 years, a couple of years, I would say more tech should come in order to have a better transparency in terms of the things, basically, as in we are able to actually know performance of the campaigns on a very transparent note. That's what I would say.
But thank you so much, everyone. I have to thank you once again, all of you. All the gaming industry marketing heads, CMOs, marketing managers, senior managers, assistant managers, affiliate managers, everyone, you really helped the affiliate industry in the last pandemic. You really saved a lot of jobs. This is it is personally from me that thank you for all of you that really hold this industry and help this industry and sail the pandemic 1 and 2 both. Thank you once again. Thanks for the session. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Before ending the session, I would like to quickly thank our partners, our title partner, We Commission, powered by partner Optimize Media, brought to you by partner Zapads Media, in association with partner Trackier, registration partner Valueleaf, digital growth partner Microsoft InMobi, gold partners Admitat and Velco, silver partner Bitroid.io, mobile performance partner Collectsend, bronze partner Cashkaro, and platform partner, Airmeet. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to the panelists again. It was a great session. And thank you to the audience. We've seen the applause and the love that you've given to this session. Very interactive session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. See you. Bye.
Yes, please connect us like this again and again.
Definitely.